Hey guys, Zach from Say What Zach here. So, another NHL coach gets fired today. So, Gerard Gallant is out as the Vegas Golden Knights coach. He is, gone. They have replacement Peter DeBoer. So, it's not a good year for coaches with the 7th coach now fired. Anyways, thought we'd go into Gerard Gallant's career record and stuff like that, some of his achievements, and then a little bit about Peter DeBoer, who they replaced him with. He is supposed to join the team Thursday for the game against Ottawa, so first game he'll be right back. Gerard Gallant, he has coached in 2003-04 the Columbus Blue Jackets. He coached 45 games, 16, 24, 4-1 was their record with 37 points under him. They did not make the playoffs. Columbus was not very good back then. Columbus is not the Columbus that we have now. It took them a very long time to get to the point where they are competing and they win the first series and all that stuff. It's taken a long time for them to be a little bit more relevant. They were not very good back then. 05-06, after the lockout, he coached 82 games, 35 wins, 43 losses, 4 overtime losses for 74 points. They missed the playoffs. Then 06-07, he only coached 15 games for Columbus, 15 games coached, 5 wins, 9 losses, 1 overtime loss. They got 11 points, and they got rid of him. They fired him. So, he didn't have a great career to start out with as a coach. Unfortunately, it was with the Columbus Blue Jackets squad that was not very good itself, so I wouldn't put it all on Gerard Gallant at the beginning. So, he's fired after that. He doesn't come. He goes over and plays or coaches. I believe it was in one of the other leagues, one of the Russian leagues. I believe. I know he doesn't coach in the NHL. I really focus on the NHL career, but he leaves after that. Doesn't come back until 14-15, where he joins the Florida Panthers. In 14-15. He coaches all 82 games. They're 38, 29, and 15 record. They have 91 points, and they make the playoffs. They don't get any wins in the playoffs. I believe they get swept. I think it was by New Jersey, I want to say. I don't remember the team they lost to, but I remember watching that series because I was cheering for Florida in that series, and they lost. I believe it was against New Jersey. I could be very wrong, but I do know they played. They didn't win a game. So, again, not coming off a great record, but he gets the team to the playoffs. So that's a big coming in, gets them to the playoffs. They don't win a game, but hey, at least they're in the playoffs. In 15-16, he coaches 82 games, 47, 26, and 9, 103 points. They make the playoffs. Don't go very far, but they made the playoffs. But they were eliminated the first round again. They haven't really made it past the first round since 96? I think it was the last time they did, and that was when they went to the Cup final. Florida hasn't been very good either until recently. 16-17, he's still in Florida, but not for very long. 22 games coached, 11, 10, and 1 is his record, 23 points, and he's fired. So he's gone again, fired after 3 seasons. So it seems like 3 years is his max stay and welcome in any city. So he's gone out of Florida. He takes the rest of the year off. And then 17-18 happens. He goes to Vegas, the new expansion franchise. These guys come into the league. They hire him on. They have all high hopes. And honestly, the best coaching season of his career is right here. 82 games. I'm sure most of you guys remember this. It's not too long ago. It's a huge story. Coached 82 games, 51, 24, and 7 record, 109 points. They win the Western Conference, so the Western Conference champions. They go to the finals against the Washington Capitals, and they lose in 6 games, I believe, to the Washington Capitals to give the Capitals their first cup. Vegas loses, but the Band of Misfits does it, makes a humongous, amazing Cinderella story. It was an awesome year to watch. I enjoyed it a whole bunch, especially since I went to the first draft, all the way to the Cup finals. It was fun to watch this first expansion team since I came back into hockey do this miracle run. So that was fun. So 18-19 happens. 82 games. 43, 32, and 7 is his record, 93 points. They make the playoffs. They get knocked out first round against the San Jose Sharks. Big controversy around that series, and creates this big hated rivalry now between Vegas and the Sharks. That was pretty much the big point with the Joe Pavelski hit, then the 3 goals, or 5 goals, I think, or 3 goals in 5 minutes, whatever. I can't remember that. I have the t-shirt I wore, but where the Sharks had a humongous comeback in that game and won it in 7 games. Then this year, so 19-20, he's coached 49 games, 24, 19, and 6 is their record, 54 points. They are tied with the last wild cards, so this is why it was kind of surprising, because they're not a horrible team right now. They're just not quite where you would expect him to be at this point, and he gets fired. So he gets fired, and sorry, Sticky Boy wants out. Okay, sorry. Still have the cat's still a little under the weather, so he's moping around. Anyways, so yeah, he gets fired, and I'm a little surprised. They are still really close to a playoff spot. They're only, 3 points out of the division lead? That's kind of, I was really surprised. But anyways, his career, he's coached, not played, 541 games, 270 wins, 216 losses, 4 ties, 51 overtime losses for 595 points, and a 550 win percentage. So he's an over 500 coach. Not a great record. Yeah, he's got teams in the playoffs, but he's, again, 3 years. This is max. He's 3 years in Columbus, 3 years in Florida, 3 years in Vegas. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't get picked up as a coach right now or anytime soon. Maybe next year. We'll see. I don't think anyone else taking him this year, for sure. In 17-18, he wins the Jack Adams Award. That's the only award he's won in his career. Again, for taking Vegas all the way to the Cup final. And with Vegas, his career number is 118, 75, and 20. So again, not a horrible record with Vegas. This team has been pretty good, well coached. And I know I was reading the article that some of the players are kind of disappointed and a little upset to see him leave. So it kind of sucks for a team that was really happy to have him. And he did a lot for this franchise. Considering he's only 3 years old, he did a lot for this franchise. So, yeah, it's interesting that they let him go, and yeah, I guess they're just not winning enough now. They kind of want to have a win-now mentality, and it's kind of weird with a team that's only 3 years old that's all in it now, but whatever. To each their own. I don't own a NHL franchise, so I'm not going to judge, I guess, whatever. All right, anyways, jumping on down to, he's getting replaced by Peter DeBoer, who was fired by the Sharks on December 11th. With the Sharks this year, he was 15, 16, and 2. So, again, he was under 500 coach this year with the Sharks. The Sharks have been struggling. Granted, I don't think it's the coaching and shit. It wasn't the coach in San Jose. I think it's a little bit of the roster and the GM's work, because they have been just okay since then. It's not like the coach was fired, they got a new coach, and hey, this team's amazing now. No. So I think Peter DeBoer was not the reason. I think he was the easy scapegoat for the GM. In his career, he's coached 415 games. He's won 415 games, 329 losses, and 111 overtime losses. In 12 seasons, he's coached the Sharks, the Devils, and the Panthers. Seems like almost every coach that's moved around a few times has been through Florida at least once, right? Anyways, he took in 2012, he took the Devils to the Stanley Cup Finals, losing to the LA Kings, an amazing series. And then in 2016, he took the Sharks to the finals, losing to the Pittsburgh Penguins. So he's been to the finals more times than Gerard Gallant. Has won just as much. So he hasn't won a Stanley Cup, but he's gone to the finals twice. So I think Peter DeBoer is a decent replacement. It's interesting that they are hiring on the enemy, if you will, of the Vegas Golden Knights. Because, again, he was the coach behind the bench last year with that big rivalry, that huge heated contest. It's going to be interesting. I'm sure Sharks fans are now happy to see that they picked up their ex-coach. But yeah, anyways, just wanted to give you a rundown of Gerard Gallant's kind of his coaching career and some of his achievements, and who he's getting replaced with, some of his records and stats for you guys. Anyways, guys, hope you guys enjoyed the video. This is Zach from See What Zach. Give us a like and subscribe if you did. And let me know if you guys were surprised with this, because I was a little surprised when I saw that this morning when I woke up and saw he was fired. But yeah, so things happen. Anyways, this is Zach from Say What Zach. I will talk to you guys again soon.